In this tutorial, we'll go over the constraint tools in 2D mode. So if I wanted to make a line a certain length, well, I'd use the general dimension tool in this box of constraint tools over here. So with newer versions of Autodesk Inventor, you can just type in the dimension right when you're making the line. So if I want a 16mm line, just type in 16 and press enter, and now that line is 16mm, and I can continue on. But if I want to change the dimension after I do that, then you would use this dimension tool over here, and you click on the line and it will adjust the measurement. So if I want that 16, I'll just type in 16. No, that's 16mm long. Once you dimension an object or line, it constrains it. So you may run into problems with constraining other lines. Okay, so that's the general dimension tool. And if I wanted to dimension and constrain everything, then I'd use this tool. Use this automatic constraint and dimension tool. So this applies dimensions and constraints to every sketch or object that you have. So if you click apply, now everything's dimensioned, and you can change any of it you want. Okay, so now for these tools. The Coincident Constraint. So you click on the center point of something, and then it will constrain it to that center point. So the center point of the circle. And then it will make it align to the center point right over here. The Collinear Constraint. If you have a rectangle like this and a line, well, if you want this line to match up with this line, then you'd use the Collinear Constraint tool. This tool, the Concentric Constraint tool, it allows a circle, an arc, or an ellipse, two of those, to have the same center point. So if I made an arc and ellipse, and now I want to have them the same center point, so I'd click on this arc right here and the oval, and now they have the same center point. You also can do that with the circle, and now they have the same center point. I'm not sure how this fixed tool works, so we'll skip that and go to the next tool. The Parallel Constraint tool. It allows two things to be parallel to each other. So here, if you want this line parallel with this rectangle, then use the Parallel Constraint tool. And Perpendicular Constraint works like the parallel, except it makes it perpendicular to the other object. So if you constrain something, you can't constrain it again. Okay, there's the Perpendicular Constraint tool. And the Horizontal Constraint. It constrains a line to be horizontal. and the vertical constraint works the same way. Now the tangent, this one's useful. So if you have a circle and maybe 2 lines, and if I want this circle to be between the 2 lines, I'm just making sure that they're the right dimensions first. Okay, so using the tangent, I can select this circle and make it go in between, or make it tangent to this line, so it'll meet up with this line, and now it's constrained. You also can do that again. Tangent to the circle, tangent to this line. Now it's moved over. Oh, I'm not sure what that does, but the symmetric. The symmetric constraint, it allows some 3 lines or objects to be symmetric. You can have 3 lines and it will make the middle one symmetric. Then for the equal constraint, if you want the radius of 2 circles to be equal, then use that equal constraint, and now that second circle will be equal to the first circle radius. That's it for the constraint tools. In the next video, we're going to be learning about the work features in 3D mode.